Hey dudes and chicks, and neither if those rules don't apply to you, welcome to Pick for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I am going to be doing a collab video working in partnership with Nikki Raven. We are doing a series on basically like the cycles of the moon, the spring equinoxes, the year wheel is what she refers to it as, and I'm just doing like celestial fucking happenings. Like we kind of are two pieces of a puzzle. She kind of does all the educational piece, the history, the meaning, all that. I basically just tell you guys a little bit of backstory, and then I just like go into what I'm doing for my own self in my own life and how the practical application of these things. This video is about the spring equinox, and we're also going into the new moon in Aries, and so I talk a lot about, I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing for that. Hopefully you guys can get some information out of it and kind of like start to utilize things in your own life to kind of just get in tune with the seasons. And like everything has a season, and if we're like living in that, then maybe like shit will work out instead of us like trying to go against shit all the time, like constantly fighting, swimming upstream. So go check out Nikki. She's amazing. Her and I, it's crazy how close her and I have become as a result of this. This has been like such a huge catalyst for like what I have grown to like. She has always been my YouTube friend, like always. Like from the first second, she has been fucking down for me, loyal to me, taking care of me, supported me in really strange ways that like I never expected or maybe even deserved. And so she's always been my YouTube friend, but the more we like collaborate and the more we like chat, we chat on Marco Polo, I just am just falling in like so much love with her. If you guys are interested, go check out Nikki's channel, go watch her video, because she's gonna give you all the education on all the things that I'm talking about. Her video is the one that you're gonna want to watch to like learn like what's the history, what's the meaning, what the fuck is actually going on around here. You guys know me, I'm just showing up. I'm just a warm body filling a seat, telling my story and fucking hoping that it hits home for somebody and trying to be relatable. So I'm gonna leave her information in the description box, and I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit. We're doing a look inspired by this picture. And I'm going to use the P. Louise Money Shop palette, and then I actually am also using the Season of the Witch palette by Notoriously Morbid. I do have a discount code for this if you guys want to use it. It's on pre-order right now. Go check out Nikki's video. If you guys are curious to see what I'm gonna do for the spring equinox and how I'm gonna celebrate that, how I'm gonna move into spring, what seeds I'm gonna be planting, or if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, or nothing, then hang out. Okay, I have my eyes primed with my P. Louise primer in Rumor 02, which is pretty much the usual for me. Sometimes I stray outside of that. I have a plan. I'm going to be starting with the P. Louise, the Money Shop palette, because it just has these like nice, bright, springy greens in them up here. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use this. I'm going to pull this bottom drawer out because I don't want to fucking hold on to it every single time. I'm going to use my Voldemorphe M506. I'm going to go into the color Hollywood, and I'm just going to use that as a deepening shade. I'm not going to go very far in. I'm just going to... This one's a little more green. Then Filmmaker was a little more teal. I'm just going to go to about right there for now. I'm not going to get crazy with this color. I'm going to talk about the spring equinox, and I'm just going to kind of talk about like what I'm doing for that event. Nikki is going to talk to you about like what it is, how she celebrates it, and she'll probably, I'm not positive, but she'll probably talk about Ostara. And I'm probably not even pronouncing that right because I'm fucking American as fuck. But she'll probably, I don't know exactly what she's going to talk about, but the spring equinox is also celebrated as Ostara. And it's part of the year wheel. And so I am just going to talk about the spring equinox, which is the actual like celestial event. They're both the same thing, they're just referred to in a different way. So the spring equinox is actually when there's just as much day as there is night, and it's when the spring is like starting to be ushered in. And essentially like what it's like about new beginnings, and it's about getting things started. Like, you know, it's the start of the grow season. And so like, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do for the spring equinox, and also kind of what that means to me as far as like in my personal life, what I'm actually like, what that actually means to me. Okay, now I'm going to go into the color Action. That's ironic. The spring equinox is about like start new beginnings and like things like starting to grow, and the summer is on its way and blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to be doing for the spring equinox is, for one, I'm going to be repotting my plants. Tomorrow's actually going to be a pretty big day for me. I really went all in on spring equinox last year, and it fucking kicked ass. And it actually, I mean, I feel like it really worked for me. So I'm going all in on it again this year. It felt like it was really, I don't know, it just felt really solid. And like, I really did some stuff last year that made the spring equinox really, like, all my spring equinox stuff kind of came to fruition, which, I mean, it wasn't like all my dreams came true and like everything changed, but a fucking lot did change. And my life today is like really a lot in alignment with what the plans that I made last spring equinox. Now, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't try to fucking mental masturbate it. Like, it doesn't fucking matter to me if the reason why those things happened is because last spring I put all this effort into planting seeds and then I worked really hard because my mental focus was on that, or if really like the energy of the spring equinox like helped that, you know, the energy of the seasons and like everything moving in cycles, and like I don't really give a fuck what made that work. I'm just gonna do it again because it did work. This year I'm going to repot my plants because last year I did I've showed you guys the picture of my, I feel like this is just a little bit too big, but I'm going to tell you guys as I interrupt myself. I've showed you, well, I'm going to finish. I showed you guys the picture of my spring equinox plant from last year, and it's fucking gigantic. It needs to be repotted. It's getting yellow leaves. So it's time. It's time for me to fucking do this shit. I think I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell ME3, and I'm going to go into the color Strike a Pose because I just fucking like it. I'm kind of going 50% on and 50% off. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I've done several green looks in the last few days. I did a St. Patrick's Day on my live for my Patreon. And I did a St. Patrick's Day look for a video that I haven't uploaded yet because I actually like just got so caught up I haven't been able to edit it. I've added it like halfway. I'm still going to upload it. It's just going to be late. That's like, my friend actually told me I should start a series called Sorry I'm Late, because that's kind of how I live. I'm always just like, those rules don't matter to me, those time frames don't matter to me, like I just do the best I can and I show up as much as I can. So anyways, last year I planted my plant and it's overgrowing its pot, and it's like I'm getting yellow leaves, which is like concerning, but I'm actually I'm gonna pretty much fuck some shit up with this baby. Like, I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna nip it, I'm gonna make some cuttings out of, like, I've got some monster leaves. The idea of cutting them off is actually like so scary to me, but the truth is that cutting promotes growth, and that's the truth with everything. And so right now I'm actually going through something that's kind of a cutting away process in my life, symbolically and otherwise. So I have a couple other things going on in my astrology right now. I'm actually going through what's referred to as an inverse nodal return, and it's when the north node of your moon, the north node is in one spot, the south node is in another, and they say like your north node is your destiny, it's where you're headed, and your south node is like your past or your past lives, whatever you subscribe to. And maybe none of this, but for me, I am going through an inverse nodal return, and it's very obvious to me like what's going on. So I'm supposed to be like falling back on like finding the good in what is in my south node. And so I had this like cataclysmic fucking event of late. I haven't been stressed out about it because I feel like it's actually like gonna be a catalyst to skyrocket me into like my destiny. So it's pretty catastrophic, but it's like a catalyst, right? So now I'm gonna go into the color High Definition, and honestly, I didn't plan on using this palette for this whole look, but honestly, I really wanted to do a green look that looks good because I've done 2 or 3 in the last few days, and I just didn't quite care for them. So you guys know I'm saving my inner corner for something fucking special. So anyways, I'm gonna repot that plant. I'm gonna cut some cuttings. I'm gonna like make it bigger, right? And then I'm gonna go for a hike with my friend, and we're gonna get some time out in the woods because I haven't been to the woods in, I feel like it's been a while. Okay, I really like that. I think it looks great. I'm actually going to go to the bottom and kind of just get that started. I'm going to use this Kaleidos S5, and I'm just going to give myself some. I'm going to spend some time writing out all my goals that I want, like all my plans that I want well underway and like really like flowing and in flow state by summer. I want certain things like happening by summertime that are like actually like pretty much working themselves. And so I'm gonna spend some time writing out my goals, and then I'm gonna write my manifestations down, and I'm gonna plant them in the plant with last year's manifestations. But I'm actually going to spend the day planning out what is my plan and making a map of like all the things that I want to do. And when things that have to do with my channel, I'm actually probably going to make a video and let you guys know like what that is and what my goals are and how that process looked. But I'm going to use this flat shadow brush to bring in, what was it? Action? I don't even remember. I'm just yammering on. So I have a crazy idea, and with my makeup of what I'm gonna do with that inner corner, but I'm kind of scared about it, so I may or may not do it. Then I'm gonna go into Strike a Pose, and I'm going to. And into High Definition. I like that. I think that looks pretty. Fuck, it's about time. I literally have felt like I have just basically fucked the dog and sold the pups on all these green looks that I've done. And I really was just like trying my hardest to like do some different shit, but I just didn't really care for any of it. And it's not, and so honestly, I just feel like it's a preference thing. I just like to do what I like to do. I like having an amazing blend, and that's just the way it is. And I'm just gonna kind of go through and do these really quickly. Man, this is fucking pretty. I feel like I like this way more than I like the original look that I did with this palette. I actually wasn't that thrilled about this palette. I haven't really used it at all since then. I mean, I knew it was good, but I don't think I really loved the look I did with it, so I just haven't really picked it up, but this looks fucking beautiful. I was gonna say too that I'm gonna make a plan, I'm gonna plan out all my goals, and I'm gonna like write about exactly how I want everything to be well underway by summer. And because it's the spring, you know what I mean? And so I want things to be coming to fruition by September, right? So like by the harvest, I want all the seeds that I'm planting now to be, you know, being harvested by the harvest season, right? That's the way I see it. And then next winter I can go into like planning and like learning and like rebooting, and you know what I mean? So it's like kind of this cycle, and I kind of did it wrong. I wouldn't say I did it wrong, but like I kind of didn't include all those other pieces. I wasn't looking far enough ahead, and so I really want to spend some time to like during the equinox doing my planning and plotting and strategizing and writing out steps so that I can be ready by next winter to be like starting to learn and like figure out like what's my next steps. And I want to be like grown that much. Man, that looks beautiful. I'm actually in love with this. That blend though, shoot. Okay, here's what I've been thinking I wanted to do. I wanted to put this pink in the inner corner that's in the new Season of the Witch palette. Should I do it? Of course I should. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna use my Spectrum A08 and I'm gonna go into that color, what is it called? Balance. And I'm not probably gonna try to blend it. I'm just gonna trust that it's gonna look good once I put the... I'm in love with that. I fucking look like sexy fucking watermelon. Watermelon I'd like to fuck. Wilf. Sometimes I give myself the best visuals. What do I want to do? I feel like I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. This formula covers really well. So if you can just get it perfect, it won't blend, it'll cover. And that looks amazing. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Okay, I've just been fucking my palettes up lately. They look so good. Okay, I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer that I actually can't find the fucking lid for. And I'm gonna use my AOA E131. I like this brush because it's just a little bit stiffer, so it actually like gives me a hard line that I enjoy. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Zoeva 234. I'm gonna go into the color Runts by Divina Shadows. And then I'm gonna go into Pixie Sticks by Divina Shadows. Yeah, I love it. God, these shadows are so fucking spreadable and beautiful. Now, this one's a little more chunky. Okay, now I'm going back into the darkest shade. So the other thing that's going on is with this equinox is the new moon is going into Aries, and Aries is a fire sign, and it's the sign of like getting things started. It's the first sign of the zodiac. And so if you guys know some Aries who are like pretty intense and they're like constantly like pushing into things and they're like, they just want to hit everything so hard and they seem like a little intense and stubborn or some such shit. That's not it. They want to get things fucking going. They have this, they're like a high energy, intense fucking personality that wants to get things exploded, right? They're an explosive energy. And so I'm going to use Solar Flare to go into to do my inner corner and hope this turns out good. I mean, how could it not? These Terra Moon shadows are fucking stupendous. I'm not sure why that's not being stupendous. It's actually pissing me off, but whatever. So I kind of wanted to get this like orangey pink to gold shift. Like I wanted a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow. So I feel like I picked pretty decent colors to get that. And I'm actually going to use this color Solar Flare on my my brow bone, of course. It just so happens, well, it doesn't just so happen, but it's going to be nice to have that. See, isn't it cool how this color like is green over the top of green and it's or like orangey pink over the top of pink. So that's what makes this color Solar Flare like the perfect color for this look. I'm gonna have that in mind while I'm writing my manifestations and doing my things, is that right now is that fucking big dick Aries energy. And honestly, like I can feel that. I've been feeling it for a minute. Like this thing happened, this like problem arose in my life and I felt like I was really like prepared to fucking handle it. And so like I'm just ready to get started on like drawing up all my plans, like, and like getting to work with this new Aries energy coming up in the zodiac and all that shit. So I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. And actually my face is already done. I'm just gonna go finish the other eye and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use these eye wigs. I have no idea what they are, but I really like them. I hope I can find them again. My Melt Cosmetics Cream Blush Light in Pinched. It's a little pinky. My Bitter Lace Beauty Candy Coated Highlighter in Watermelon Whip. Ooh, I used the wrong eyeliner. So then I went back in and I used my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in Golden Olive. And I covered it up and I hope you can't really see any pink in there. So I really like this a lot better. I'm glad I fucking did that. And then I used Avery in the new Unearthly Cosmetics lip gloss collection, and I just feel like, I mean, I literally was like, oh, I almost fucking turned on the camera. I was like, I look fucking cute. This look turned out exactly how I wanted it to. It has a little bit of gold, a little bit of pink, a little bit of purple, but not too fucking much. And I added that pink in, and it looks like watermelon I'd like to fuck, but not like so much like, so much an overbearingly pink to spring green. Like, it's just a light pop, and I don't know, I think I fucking nailed it. Any whoosies, go watch Nikki's video, because she's gonna give you all the, basically the education on what the celebration is, what it's all about, probably what the history is. I mean, she's gonna fucking hook it up. So like, she's the educational piece, and we've kind of gone over this. I basically am just telling you guys like what I'm doing practically for my spring equinox tomorrow, like all the things that are gonna go on. Definitely go check her out. I'll leave everything in the description box below for her Instagram, her channel, and the video clip. Let me know what you guys are gonna do for spring equinox, or any, you know, whatever you guys are gonna do for the day, but also like, it doesn't have to just be spring equinox. Like, what are your plans? Are you guys like making goals? Are you setting goals for the spring? Or, you know, what are you planting this spring? And let me know in the comments. I feel fucking adorable. I have to go speak for an NA. I have to go speak for NA in my hometown tonight. And I was thinking I was probably going to do this spring look, and it was going to look way too crazy, and I wouldn't be able to take myself seriously. Often I cry. Sometimes when I tell my story, I just tell it, and I cry less than I used to. When I used to speak and tell my story, I used to cry a lot. So I think my makeup's probably, I use so much fucking primer and glue, dude. I could probably cry about anything. And oh my God, shut the fuck up. Can I stop talking, please? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you like this content, or if you just like my sparkling personality, my boyish charm. And hang out with me in the comments, because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you were like, oh my God, that girl is so fucking pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much on Instagram. And if you guys are like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel, then go check out my Patreon, because I don't hold anything back on Patreon. I go live most Fridays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later. Slayer.